Cleopatra VII. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, continues to captivate our imagination centuries after her reign. Born in 69 BC, she inherited a kingdom on the brink of collapse, grappling with internal strife and the looming shadow of Rome. Her story is one of political intrigue, strategic alliances, and ultimately, tragic romance. Cleopatra's life and reign offer a glimpse into a pivotal period in history, a time when the ancient world underwent a dramatic transformation. Despite the passage of time, Cleopatra remains an enigma, her story often obscured by myth and romanticized depictions. This essay aims to delve into the life of this remarkable woman, separating fact from fiction to understand the complexities of her rule and the events that shaped her destiny. We will explore her political acumen, her controversial relationships, and the legacy that continues to resonate in the modern world. Cleopatra was born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek family that had ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. The Ptolemies were descendants of Ptolemy I Soter, a general of Alexander the Great who established himself as ruler of Egypt after Alexander's death. Cleopatra's upbringing was steeped in the traditions of both Greek and Egyptian culture. The Ptolemaic court was a hub of intellectual and artistic activity. Cleopatra received a rigorous education, becoming fluent in several languages and demonstrating a keen intellect. She was particularly interested in mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. Her education would prove invaluable as she navigated the treacherous waters of Ptolemaic politics. However, the Ptolemaic dynasty was in decline by Cleopatra's time. Internal power struggles, economic instability, and increasing Roman influence had weakened the kingdom. Cleopatra's childhood was marked by these challenges, shaping her understanding of the precarious situation facing her family and her kingdom. At the age of 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne alongside her younger brother Ptolemy XIII as co-rulers. This was a significant moment in Egyptian history, marking the beginning of a tumultuous period for the kingdom. Cleopatra, known for her intelligence and political acumen, was determined to maintain her family's legacy and the stability of Egypt. As was customary in the Ptolemaic dynasty, they were also married, a strategic move intended to solidify their claim to power. This practice of sibling marriage was not uncommon among the Ptolemies, aimed at preserving the purity of their royal bloodline and reinforcing their divine status among the people. However, the joint rule was short-lived. The young co-rulers soon found themselves at odds, their relationship strained by differing visions for Egypt's future and the influence of their respective advisors. Power struggles within the court quickly escalated into open conflict. The palace became a battleground for competing factions, each vying for control and favor. Cleopatra's assertive nature and political savvy made her a formidable opponent, but also a target for those who sought to undermine her authority. Cleopatra was forced to flee Egypt, seeking refuge in Rome. Her departure was a dramatic and perilous journey fraught with danger and uncertainty. In Rome, she sought the support of powerful allies who could help her reclaim her throne. Her exile, however, would prove to be a turning point in her life. In the bustling heart of the Roman Empire, Cleopatra's charisma and intelligence caught the attention of influential figures. She navigated the complex political landscape with skill, forging connections that would be crucial for her future. It was during this time that she formed a fateful alliance with Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general, who would play a pivotal role in restoring her to power. Their relationship was both personal and political, intertwining their destinies and altering the course of history. Cleopatra's return to Egypt was facilitated by Caesar, who defeated Ptolemy V's forces in the Battle of the Nile in 47 BC. This decisive victory not only secured Cleopatra's position, but also demonstrated the might of Rome and its influence over Egyptian affairs. Ptolemy XIII drowned in the Nile while attempting to escape, leaving Cleopatra as the sole ruler of Egypt, albeit under the watchful eye of Rome. Her reign, marked by both triumph and tragedy, would leave an indelible mark on history, showcasing her resilience and enduring legacy. Section 4. The Roman Alliance, Julius Caesar and Cleopatra. Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar was complex, a blend of political expediency and genuine affection. Their meeting was not just a chance encounter, but a calculated move by Cleopatra to secure her throne and stabilize her reign. She knew that aligning with one of Rome's most powerful figures could provide her with the military and political support she desperately needed. Caesar, already a powerful figure in Roman politics, saw in Cleopatra a valuable ally who could secure Egypt's resources and strategic position in the eastern Mediterranean. Egypt was a land of immense wealth, with its fertile Nile delta and abundant grain supplies, which were crucial for feeding the ever-expanding Roman population. Cleopatra, for her part, recognized the importance of Roman support in maintaining her grip on power. She was a shrewd and intelligent ruler who understood the intricacies of both Egyptian and Roman politics. By aligning herself with Caesar, she could fend off internal and external threats to her rule. Their relationship, however, extended beyond mere political calculation. It was also a personal connection that transcended the political landscape of the time. They shared a mutual respect and admiration for each other's intellect and leadership qualities. Cleopatra's intelligence, charm, and political acumen captivated Caesar. She was not just a beautiful queen, but also a formidable leader who could hold her own in the male-dominated world of ancient politics. They spent several months together in Egypt, solidifying their alliance and enjoying a passionate affair. During this time, they explored the cultural and intellectual riches of Egypt, further deepening their bond. Their liaison resulted in the birth of a son, Caesarion, whom Cleopatra claimed was Caesar's heir. This child symbolized the union of Rome and Egypt, a powerful testament to their alliance. The alliance with Caesar brought a period of relative stability and prosperity to Egypt. The presence of Roman soldiers helped to secure Cleopatra's throne, and the influx of Roman trade and culture enriched Egyptian society. Cleopatra benefited from Caesar's military and political support, consolidating her power and implementing reforms that strengthened the kingdom's economy. She introduced new agricultural techniques and expanded trade routes, ensuring that Egypt remained a vital and prosperous part of the ancient world. However, their alliance was short-lived. The political landscape of Rome was volatile, and Caesar's enemies were numerous and powerful. Caesar was assassinated in 44 BC, leaving Cleopatra vulnerable and her kingdom once again at risk. Without Caesar's protection, Cleopatra faced new challenges and uncertainties, marking the end of a significant chapter in her reign. Section 5. A Queen's Gambit, Securing the Throne. Following Caesar's assassination, Rome was plunged into civil war. The power vacuum left by his death created a chaotic struggle for dominance among Rome's elite. Factions formed, each vying for control, and the once stable republic was thrown into disarray. The streets of Rome echoed with the sounds of clashing swords and the cries of the wounded, as soldiers loyal to different leaders fought for supremacy. Cleopatra, facing threats from within her own court and the uncertainty of the Roman political landscape, needed to secure her position and protect her son's claim to the Egyptian throne. The queen was acutely aware that her survival depended on her ability to navigate these treacherous waters. Her court was rife with intrigue, and she had to be constantly vigilant against plots and conspiracies. The stakes were incredibly high, not just for her, but for the future of her dynasty. She carefully navigated the shifting alliances of Roman politics, backing the winning side in the hope of maintaining her independence and securing her legacy. Cleopatra's intelligence and strategic mind were her greatest assets. She spent countless hours studying maps, consulting with advisors, and meeting with Roman emissaries. Each decision was a calculated move in a larger game of political chess, where one wrong step could mean disaster. Cleopatra's political acumen was evident in her dealings with the various factions vying for power in Rome. She was a master negotiator, able to charm and persuade even the most hardened Roman politicians. Her ability to read people and situations allowed her to make alliances that were beneficial to her and her kingdom. These skills were crucial in a time when alliances could shift overnight, and today's friend could become tomorrow's enemy. She eventually aligned herself with Antony, one of Caesar's most trusted generals and a key figure in the Second Triumvirate, a ruling coalition formed after Caesar's death. Antony was a powerful ally, and their partnership was both a political and personal alliance. Cleopatra saw in Antony a kindred spirit, someone who understood the complexities of power and the importance of loyalty. Together they formed a formidable team, each bringing their own strengths to the table. Antony, like Caesar before him, recognized the strategic importance of Egypt and was drawn to Cleopatra's intelligence and charisma. He saw in her not just a queen, but a partner who could help him achieve his own ambitions. Their conversations were filled with strategic discussions, plans for the future, and a shared vision of what they could accomplish together. Antony admired Cleopatra's ability to think several steps ahead, and she, in turn, valued his military prowess and political influence. Cleopatra's alliance with Antony was a calculated risk, but one that ultimately paid off, at least in the short term. Their union strengthened her position and provided her with the military support she needed to fend off her enemies. They celebrated their alliance with grand banquets and public displays of unity, showcasing their combined power to both their supporters and their rivals. This alliance was a bold move, but Cleopatra knew that fortune favored the bold. Antony's support allowed her to eliminate her rivals within the Ptolemaic court, consolidating her power and ensuring her son's succession. With Antony's backing, Cleopatra was able to secure her throne and protect her son's future. She took decisive action against those who threatened her rule, demonstrating her strength and resolve. Her court, once a hotbed of intrigue, was now firmly under her control, and her son's position as her heir was assured. Their partnership, however, would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the final chapter of Cleopatra's reign and leading to a clash of titans that would determine the fate of the Roman Republic. The alliance between Cleopatra and Antony set the stage for a dramatic confrontation with Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. This final battle would not only decide the future of Egypt, but also the destiny of Rome itself. The stakes were higher than ever, and the outcome would resonate through history.